Hello students, good morning. Last week we did something about advertising. I found out from your worksheet that you had problems about punctuation. So today we are going to treat punctuation. We are going to study how punctuation make changes in sentences. So before we go on, I'd like to let you know what this lesson can do for you, what you can achieve at the end of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify correctly the 12 most common punctuation marks as you encounter them in a text. 2. Explain the use of punctuation marks as you encounter them in text. 3. Recognize that punctuation marks can alter meaning. 4. Decide where a punctuation mark should be placed in a word or sentence to get a specified meaning. So this is what this test can do for you, this exercise can do for you. You will be able to use punctuation. For example, you will be able to find out that punctuation makes a sentence either correctly or incorrect, that it gives meaning and power to sentences. For example, sometimes when we speak, we stop to breathe in. It's the same thing as punctuation, because by stopping, you may use comma there when you are writing. This is an example. So, to proceed, to go further, I would like to write something on the board to explain what I mean. For example, something like, let's eat grandma. Let's eat grandma can mean, let's eat our grandma for a meal. It can also mean, let's eat grandma. If we pause after saying let's eat, then add grandma, it means we are inviting grandma to come and eat. So by putting comma after let's eat, we are inviting grandma to come and eat. This is a good example of how to use punctuation. So I will, before I continue to proceed further, I will explain to you more the meaning of punctuation. Actually, what is punctuation? The formal meaning of punctuation is marks, symbols in writing which regulate text or clarify meanings, mainly through separating or linking words and phrases. The way you use punctuation marks are governed by a convention or rules. Yes, what this means is this: the way you use punctuation marks as rules. Therefore, it cannot be jumbled. It cannot be put anyhow. There's rules governing punctuations so that sentences can have meaning, or our expressions and writings we can be able to say what we mean or write what we mean in the correct way. So let's find out where these rules come from. A brief history of punctuation shows that it goes right back to the ancient Greek and Romans. The system we use comes from something called classical rhetoric. Classical rhetoric is the art of oratory, that is, public speaking. In the old times, many thousands years ago, in the Greek and Roman scholarship system, most public speakers, most studies are done by literature and philosophy. And public speaking is part of learning. In fact, it was the main part of learning, the ability to address a public. Greeks and Romans used small symbols or marks to indicate the speaker where and for how long a speaker should pause. The longest section was called a period, defined by Aristotle as a portion of a speech that has in itself a beginning and an end. Yes, a punctuation in a sentence shows a beginning and an end. When we put full stop in a sentence, of course, it means that we have finished what we are writing. So this is a very good example as expressed by Aristotle. The shortest pause was a comma, literally that which is cut off. Yes, a comma stands out a sentence. It's cut off from a complete sentence. And midway between the two was the colon, a limb or clause. So this is a brief history of punctuation. Now I'm going to give you a worksheet. This worksheet will enable you to have a deeper understanding of punctuation. The worksheet lists out some words without punctuation. So I will like you to use this worksheet to find out where there is no punctuation, what is missing, and fill it in. It's about a story, and the title is Who did Patrick's homework? So while you read the story, find out where a punctuation is needed and fill it in. As you do, I will go around and check and offer you whatever support you need so that you complete this task. Apart from that, there's another task for you that I'd like you to do when you finish this. This task is about using punctuation to change meaning. For example, I gave you an example initially when I started. Let's eat grandma and let's eat grandma. So this is what this task is about. There are about 5 sentences. Try to put punctuations where applicable so that it can change the meaning and get the correct sentence. When you finish your task, please leave the task on the table for me, and I will look at them, mark them, and in the next week, we'll be able to discuss more. I will give you a more writing task to do. Thank you. This is the end of the class. Goodbye.